It's Michelle Ockers and it's the 2nd of August, it's day 23 of the 30-day Brainstorm challenge. And my insight today, my aha moment, was actually a series of aha moments, but it's about finding and reusing existing resources and standing on the shoulders of others rather than having to build everything yourself. A couple of weeks ago, I started designing a community of practice toolkit in response to a request from my senior management team for some resources which people could use to basically self-manage communities of practice. I recently joined the Community Roundtable network and I've had some difficulty getting into the site, but today I had an orientation and I went exploring the resources and, well, bingo, what do you think I found? I found some stuff I could use pretty quickly to build on to create the very first tool which I've got to need to use in the coming couple of weeks. I was originally planning to call this a COP planning assessment, but after finding some resources today, I've decided to change tack and call it a community maturity assessment. And where I actually came across this idea was from a discussion in the Community Roundtable, which was held in 2014. And there was a fellow from Microsoft which shared a piece of work he'd done creating an Excel-based version of a community maturity assessment using the Roundtable's community maturity model. Or here's another alternative I found, which might be a good quick start way of getting going with the assessment process, and then I can build on that in future iterations. So this particular tool I found is co-created by the Community Roundtable community, and it's based on the maturity model, which anyone who works with communities of practice may have seen before. It's a 4-stage model: hierarchy, emergent, community and networked in terms of maturity. And what the community have done for each of the 9 elements associated with starting, building and growing a community, they've put in a word description, a verbal description of characteristics at each level of maturity. I'm figuring as a little shortcut, because I do need to do this piece of assessment in the next couple of weeks, I could use the verbal-based descriptions and go through those with a couple of people from the planning community to get a quick snapshot of the current level of maturity. So I met with the National Planning Manager today. We've agreed that I will work with his community, which is an informal community at the moment, to do an assessment and help develop a plan to build their community further and start creating more value in this way. And it gives me the benefit of being able to develop the tools which other groups can then use. And I'm really delighted I found those couple of existing tools as a start point rather than having to develop from scratch. It's often quicker to start from something someone else has developed and then use it, try it out and adapt it rather than start something from scratch. And I'm really delighted that I found these particular tools as a start point and think it'll get me going a lot quicker than if I continue to grapple with developing my own tools.